Good morning, everyone. This is the third capsule in the series of quick revision for examination. Here comes inflation. This is a very, very important topic from examination point of view. Here come the meaning of inflation. What is inflation? This is a definition everybody can read, and this definition is available in your book that is given by Peterson. The word inflation in the broadest possible sense refers to any increase in the general price level which is sustained and non-seasonal in character. It means what? Inflation means persistent rise in the general price level. When prices increases like anything, you cannot control, you cannot check. Every method of everybody fails. Inflation is an increase in the quantity of money faster than the real national output. Okay, inflation is a stage of too much money chasing too few goods. Matlab, we can purchase few goods with spending a large amount of money. Now, here come the types of inflation that is important from examination point of view. First is classification on the basis of degree of government control. I have first point, that is open inflation. What is open inflation? Open inflation means the situation, open inflation is a situation which no steps are taken to control the rising prices. You understand? Milton Friedman, according to the Milton Friedman, this is a very open situation. Prices continuous rising according to demand and supply condition. Means demand is high and supply is less. That's why there is open inflation. Goods are distributed through price mechanism. People who have large amount of money, they spend more and they get more goods. If I have less money, I cannot chase the good, right? The second point is suppressed inflation. What is suppressed inflation? This is a situation in which rising prices are controlled by the government through rationing, through price control. Means government purchase certain goods and they try to give to the poor people, or they try to introduce certain schemes for the same. They try to increase the rate of interest so that people deposit more and more money in the banks, and they check that situation. The point number two is on the basis of political conditions. So on the basis of political conditions, now we have three type of inflation. Wartime inflation, as the name suggests, name explain, self-explanatory point. A large portion of production is bought by the government itself at the time of war, because at the time of war they spend more on military, army, so they need food for army people. They try to, so that's why the prices increases, because there is a scarcity in the society for goods and everything. In 1971 war, in 1962 war, same thing was happened. Then we have post-war inflation. That type of inflation, prices increases at the time when war, sort out, or we can say there is no war-like situation. Matlab, just war finished or settled. At that time, government tried to spend more and more amount on construction, repair, to repair the damaged property, like bridges, dams, ships, machines, etc. So for that reason, people have more money in their hand because they all indulge in all these activities to repair the things. This situation is again a very critical situation. People have money, but goods and services are very less. That's why inflation situation arises. Peacetime inflation in underdeveloped countries now need large amount of money for economic planning and development. In order to mobilize the resources, government has to go for a very important resort. I had discussed the same point in the classroom. That point is deficit financing, right? Then here come the next, on the basis of rate of inflation. As we all know that one is creeping inflation, the rate. First is creeping means the inflation wherein prices rises but very slowly. like it is not only beneficial to the economy, but it is also considerably required if we want to convert ourselves from underdeveloped countries to developing country to developed country. And also, if we want to improve the standard in the economy, we should have creeping inflation. That rate is approximately 3 to 5%, not more than that. The prices increases, but at the rate of 3 to 5%. Then I have walking inflation. When prices rises become intense, and quantum of inflation is like a momentum walking. Like creeping means a baby girl or a baby boy crawling, that is creeping. Walking means he stand up and walk. Like inflation is, the speed of inflation is higher, but not like a gulping inflation, 30 to 40%. Then I have another point is running or gulping inflation. No doubt, this is the third stage when we run. When a boy run or a girl run, when there is a rapid increase in the prices in a very short time period, is a running inflation, and the rate of inflation is very basically vary from 80 to 100%. Then this is an adverse situation actually for middle class people, poor people. No doubt this situation is okay for rich people. Then I have hyperinflation. Prices rises like anything, unexpected rise, spontaneous change in the prices. There is an exclamation change, hydro headed, like a kind of monster increase. Okay. Then we have classification on the basis of scope. Point number one is sporadic inflation. Sporadic, as the name suggests, huh? When the inflation affects one sector, one event. For example, uh, prices of onion increases only. Okay. It was happened in last month in India also, na? For 6 months that situation was in the economy, huh? Or prices of petrol rises. Not everything, every price is under control, but few products prices increases rapidly. Then we have comprehensive inflation. That is an inflation which prevail all over the country, not with only single product, but so many products. Almost all the comprehensive means the inflation affects each and every product in the economy. Then we have on the basis of process. Inflation on the basis of process are wage induced inflation. The inflation in the country, in the economy, because of more wages in the economy. Suppose trade unions are powerful, they have a good bargaining power, they succeed in getting more and more wages in the in the country. In that case, they have more money in their hands, so they able to pay more prices for the same product. This is known as wage induced inflation. Then we have profit induced or markup inflation, means like countries like USA or countries like Japan. So they have, say they fix a price of a pen is 100 rupees. Okay. The cost of the pen is 80 rupees. They add 20 rupees as profit, right? So the price of the product is, the price of the pen in Japan is 100 rupees. So this kind of inflation, which is induced by the profit margin, if they increase the profit, say next time if they increase the profit margin from 20 rupees to 40 rupees, so the cost or the price of the pen will be 120 rupees. So this is the inflation which induced by profit only. Deficit induced inflation means such inflation in the outcome of deficit financing by the government. It means due to increase in the money supply in the wake of deficit financing without any increase in the supply of goods and services. So this is a very important question from 10 marks point of view, as well as for 2 or 3 marks. Sometimes na, one part of that, like on the basis of process or on the basis of scope, na, they ask question in the examination. Now here come Stagflation. Again, 4 marks question, important question, or sometimes subpart question, right? What is stagflation? Stagflation rises in the prices and wages at the same time that people are unable to find job and firms are unable to find customers for their products. You understand that? Means prices increases at the same time wages, people unable to find the jobs. मतलब person say Mr. Ram have had no job in the economy 6 months back. At that time prices of onion were very high, or prices of wheat were very high. At that time this is a double sword, harm of inflation. No money in your hand to spend, you have no job, but at the same time prices are rises like anything. मतलब you can't find any house or any shed कि you purchase something. This is a double sword situation, and this situation witnesses most of the time at the time of war or something, like in India after 1971, after 1962, at the time of Great Depression also, that type of situation was there. There are certain causes of stagflation. Point number one is restricted supply of labor. Sometimes supply of labor may be restricted by rise in the money. Wages are, under the pressure of trade union, a rise in the legal minimum wage according to the Minimum Wage Act, social security measures are there. That's why the demand from industry side for worker is so less, and restricted supply of the labor. Why? Because right, because if supply restrict more, so rise in the money wage reduces. For that reason industries fulfill the demand of the trade union. Point number two is increase in the indirect taxes. When higher indirect taxes imposed, the prices of the products are so high. Suppose the price of a pencil is rupees 10, that price includes cost of the pencil 5 rupees and 5 rupees the tax. Ultimately price increases because of indirect taxes. Global increase in the prices of essential raw material. Suppose globally if crude oil increase, the prices of crude oil increases, automatically it affects your you know the price of the product, domestic products, international level, all the products. Okay, this is the recent example of the crude oil. Increase in the money wage. Money wage increases. Due to increase in the money wage, there is a rise in the cost of production. When cost of production increases, automatically the price of the product increases, and it harms you and the you as an worker, and industry, because industry cannot earn huge amount from the market because everybody not able to pay the sum. Means if suppose your wages are high, even then the price of the product is 10 times higher than the salary of or the wages of yours. So that's all for today. Keep revise, keep doing practice, because examinations will come very soon. Thank you so much.